So we're out here in a cornfield, and I'm going to demonstrate taking a diagnostic nematode sample. So you can look at this corn and you can see that the corn growth is very poor in a very specific area. What I like to do is take two samples, one from the good and one from the bad area, so I can compare them in the lab, because it might not be a nematode problem. It could be a soil pH problem. So I'm standing in the bad area, so you've had a look at the normal corn, and you can see where this area is stunted. So this is going to be representative of the bad sample that I take, the ones we suspect nematodes of being in. So where I want to take my sample is as close to the plants as I possibly can. I usually take samples in between plants so I can get some of the root, because the nematodes are going to be congregated closer to the root. They're moving to those roots to feed, or some of them are actually in the root. So it's a good idea sometimes to get samples right next to the plant. So then I've got a bag. I usually have a Ziploc bag with me. And for this particular soil sample, let's say I usually fill it up to the top. I didn't do it that time, but normally I fill it up to the top. And I'll take the soil and drop it into a Ziploc bag, and then kind of shake the bag up to kind of mix it up. Then I come over to the area where the corn looks more normal, and then I would do the same thing here. I take the soil samples from in between the plants as close to the roots as I can, just like I did with the area that looks bad, and then once again I dump that sample into a bag, and I label the bags. This bag would be labeled good spot, and say the other one would be labeled bad spot. And so I've got a comparison. It helps me understand what's going on a little bit better, maybe not just from a nematode aspect, but for any other problem in the soil that could be causing the variability of growth that you see in this particular field.